Greetings, this is Jen Paddock from Acres of Diamonds, and this video update is going out to all of you who are participating in the mission to build a family rescue home for homeless moms and kids at Acres. It's been a couple months since you had an update, and if you'll recall, the video was a bit of a cliffhanger last time. We had a builder's dinner coming up, and we knew that a lot of the next steps hinged on that. So I'm going to update you on that today. I'm going to start with some really good news. Thanks to your support, we are about to get our permits from the city of Duval. And if you've been on any projects like this before, you know that that is no small accomplishment. We have seen evidence of God all over the permitting process, both in how they've expedited it for us, also in the many different ways that they have given up even some of their personal times as a staff at the city of Duval to help reduce the fees. And so we have been able to see a significant reduction in what were very big permitting fees. They're still pretty big, but they're a lot better than they were. So thanks to you, we will have permits. We expect to have them in hand in June. So that's very exciting. So that's some good news. Another piece of good news is we have secured an owner's rep. So along the way, we have come to discover that, well, I have learned that I'm actually not a construction project manager. So you could argue I could have known that ahead of time, but I learned it. So we learned that we needed somebody who had our best interests in mind with a lot of experience in construction to join us on the project. And we have been really blessed to have a gentleman named Barry Leahy, who is an in-demand, well-thought-of owner's rep, donate his time to our project. So he has joined the team, and he is going to make this entire process go even smoother than it already has. So I'm really grateful to the Lord for sending him and excited to be working with him. But in spite of this good news, we are planning to bump our project 12 months, and that has a lot to do with that builder's dinner cliffhanger that I mentioned last time. So most of you probably know that the construction industry is really hot right now. Everybody's really busy. And we have quite a few folks in the industry and all aspects of it that are very interested in our project, feel strongly about the need to build homes for homeless moms and kids. But even with all that passion for our mission, many of them weren't even able to get the time to do a bid. They are that busy. And to do a bid that has a significant cost reduction just was not possible at this time. So by the time we got the bids in that we did get, we were not meeting our budget goals. And we learned something. We learned that the construction industry changes in a period of 2 years, but we also learned that we need to raise more funds, and that's going to be important for us to be able to complete this project with the construction industry as it is today. Like I said, we still have people very interested in being involved, but we need another year to ensure that when we move into this project, we can see it all the way through to completion. And most of you will recall that we're not just building a family rescue home, we're also turning around and renovating our apartments and the house. And both of those things are really important. And doing them one after the other helps us keep from having a moment when we're actually creating homelessness for some families that we have to kick out so that we can renovate. By doing it step one, step two, we're always adding units, we're never cutting back. So that was another reason why we felt like we need to go into this in a really strong position. And I would say personally that I have seen a ton of evidence of God in this. It was not an easy decision for me personally. I was really disappointed that we couldn't start now because I know that our staff is hearing stories all the time, every day, of moms that we can't serve, and I know that our program continues to stabilize and improve, and I just believe that God's heart would be for more women to experience His love and healing in the context here at Acres. And I still believe that's true, but what God's really helped me to see is that He is in the timing, and I trust that this is His project. And so nobody on the board or on the building committee, none of us doubt that this project's happening. For the entire project, we've raised over $2 million. So there's been a lot that's come so far, thanks to you. But now I need you to join me in praying that in this next year, we would see the rest come in that we need. So now that dollar figure has to go up to make up for what we did not get in construction bids. So I'm hitting the road again, but the Lord has really brought more more folks into the mission at Acres that are donating of their time and of their resources that probably will be interested in getting involved. So that's the next step for us, and that is the next part of this journey together. I just want you to know that from the beginning, your faith and what God wants to do for homeless moms and kids, your willingness to come on this journey with me and with the team here at Acres means so much to me. And I am still very much looking forward to breaking ground on this home with you. And now our hope would be a little less than a year from now that would happen. But in the meantime, please pray, God, bring plenty. My prayer remains, as I said in the video 2 months ago, I would love it if we could do this thing debt-free. And that would mean that God would have to really bless us with additional income this year. But I know He can. But then also pray in the meantime, because there's a delay, that means there's more God wants to get done at Acres. There's more God wants to get done in you and in the other donors and volunteers participating. So please pray and ask that God would help us to hear and respond to His call. And pray for our families. Pray not only for the families at Acres, but also for those families that we are turning away every day. I believe that God is faithful. I believe He knows their story. And I just would ask you to pray for them during this time when we can't serve them, and pray for a day when we can. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can always call the office or email me. But thanks again for loving and caring about homeless moms and kids. Take care.